Well, for the first time in many weeks, Dalton trustees and Mayor Tiffany Henyard held a public meeting together, but not at Village Hall.
Let's dive into the latest political drama that's got everyone talking. If you haven't heard of Tiffany Henyard, the so-called super mayor of Dalton, Illinois, buckle up, because this story is wilder than any reality TV show. Henyard, who's been in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons, is now facing some seriously shocking allegations. But just when you think the drama couldn't get any crazier, enter none other than political commentator Candace Owens, who's throwing some major shade at Henyard. Owens is accusing the mayor of corruption, intimidation, and even blackmailing her own citizens. Yep, you heard that right. Blackmail.
Now she's teasing a big announcement that she claims will result in some of her opponents being arrested and charged.
Let's set the scene. Tiffany Henyard, who was elected mayor of Dalton in 2021, has recently been making headlines, but not for any good reasons. She's been accused of misusing taxpayer funds, intimidating her opponents, and running the town like her own personal kingdom. People are even calling her the Dalton dictator, and from what we're hearing, it's not hard to understand why. Now, Candace Owens, never one to hold back, has taken direct aim at Henyard in a recent online rant. Owens accused Henyard of using her position to strong-arm local business owners and residents into doing her bidding. According to Owens, Henyard has allegedly been threatening those who don't support her or who dare to speak out against her leadership. How does Henyard allegedly keep people in line? By making it impossible for them to access basic services or run their businesses unless they play by her rules. And as if that weren't enough, Owens also claims that Henyard's administration is knee-deep in corruption, with accusations of fund mismanagement and lawsuits piling up.
A Dalton home that she leased to Mayor Tiffany Henyard has filed eviction papers. She says Henyard has not paid her rent, and now she won't.
Owens didn't hold back either, calling Henyard's actions unethical and a serious abuse of power. According to Owens, Henyard's leadership style isn't just bad politics, it's outright bullying. She even went as far as to accuse Henyard of blackmailing her own citizens, a bold accusation to say the least. But Owens isn't the only one making these claims. Dalton residents have come forward, saying they felt pressure to stay silent about issues within the local government. Some even claim they were threatened with retaliation if they didn't comply with Henyard's demands. And it doesn't stop there. Owens also pointed out that Henyard's administration has been accused of using police officers to harass and ticket political opponents, turning the local police force into her own personal enforcers. One trustee, Kiana Belcher, shared her own experience, saying Henyard allegedly had the police follow her and issue tickets as a way to intimidate her. According to Belcher, former police chief Robert Collins admitted that the orders came directly from Henyard herself. And if you think this sounds like something out of a movie, you wouldn't be wrong. At one point, Henyard even showed up to a meeting dressed like a character from New Jack City and had a DJ blast Rihanna's Better Have My Money to make her point. Yep, that's the kind of leadership we're talking about.
All this point the finger to Tiffany or allow me, I'm over it. Now it's time for me.
But Henyard isn't backing down. She's fired back at her critics, calling them haters and claiming that all the accusations against her are part of a smear campaign. In one of her more infamous moments, she went on a 90-minute Facebook Live rant where she lashed out at her opponents and even hinted that she'd be seeking their arrests. She said, "I will be seeking arrests for individuals involved," but didn't provide any details on what crimes she believes they committed. The rant was a wild, rambling tirade in which Henyard accused her critics of corruption, power grabs, and even being jealous of her success. She promised to expose all the dirt at a later date, but as of now, we're still waiting for those revelations.
It's a power grab. That's it. Power and money grab.
And speaking of arrests, it looks like Henyard's legal troubles are only escalating. The FBI has reportedly served subpoenas to both Dalton and Thornton Township, where Henyard also serves as supervisor as part of an ongoing investigation into her spending habits. There have been accusations that she's been misusing public funds for personal luxuries, including spending thousands on first-class travel, fine dining, and even hosting extravagant parties. One party allegedly cost over $880,000, featuring performances by R&B singers Keek Wyatt and Jay Holiday. But that's just the beginning. Henyard's use of the village's credit card has come under scrutiny, with reports showing she spent tens of thousands of dollars at retailers like Amazon and Target. But here's where things take a bizarre turn. Despite all the scandals, Henyard has announced that she's running for re-election. Yep, you heard that right. She's doubling down. Even though Dolton is facing a nearly $5 million deficit, businesses are shutting down, and the town is in complete chaos, Henyard is positioning herself as the people's choice. But it seems like the people of Dolton may have had enough. One resident, Cherry Britton, who originally voted for Henyard, said, "It was a vote I regret deeply. She became this tyrant and dictator." And Britton isn't alone. Former Dolton Mayor Riley Rogers has also spoken out against Henyard, questioning her excessive spending on security detail, which he says is unnecessary and just a way for her to feel important.
Henyard's landlord showed up here to see her tenant in person after she says Henyard has been dodging both her and rent payments for months.
So what's Henyard's strategy moving forward? Well, she's trying to shift the narrative. In a surprising move, Henyard recently took to social media to congratulate Donald Trump on his victory in the 2024 election, posting, "Congratulations, President Trump. I have a lot of great ideas and believe we can work together for the greater good. Let's make America great again." She even compared herself to Trump, saying, "Just like Trump, I'm coming in on a landslide." It seems Henyard is attempting to align herself with Trump's outsider, anti-establishment image, but it's unclear how that'll play with her base, given her controversial track record. Meanwhile, the latest twist in this saga is the eviction drama. Yes, you heard that right. Henyard is reportedly facing eviction from her rented home in Dolton. Her landlord, Jenna Hull, claims Henyard and her boyfriend haven't paid rent since August, with over $3,000 in back rent owed, and they even changed the locks to keep Hull out. Hull, who once considered Henyard a friend, says she's been trying to serve eviction papers for weeks, but hasn't been able to get them to Henyard. At some point, you have to understand that karma is going to catch up to you. Hull said, "Just pay your rent."
We talked to Tiffany Henyard's landlord, and she says she came to this Thornton Township meeting Tuesday night hoping to get paid what she says she's owed.
And if you think that's bad, it gets worse. Henyard is also facing legal challenges over her recent appointments in the village. A judge recently ruled that some of her decisions, including the appointments of her executive assistant and special counsel, were invalid. The Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board also informed Henyard that her pick for police chief, Ronald Burge, wasn't legally qualified to serve because he hadn't met the necessary requirements. Despite all this, Henyard is still pushing forward, determined to maintain control of the village. But here's the kicker. Fans and residents are speaking out, and they're not holding back. One YouTube commenter captured the frustration perfectly, saying, "Someone send Tiffany to jail, please." Another fan added, "The newly elected Cook County State Attorney, upon assuming office, should make Henyard the first case they refer to the Public Corruption Unit." People are fed up and demanding accountability.
It's here because I'm at wit's end and I fear that I'm going to go into foreclosure soon if I can't get this matter handled.
But it's not just the residents who are frustrated. Some of Henyard's former allies have now turned against her. One of the most shocking betrayals came from Carmen Carlisle, Henyard's former assistant, who once worked closely with the mayor but has since spoken out against her. Carlisle accuses Henyard of being dishonest and manipulative, claiming that the mayor was always more focused on her own image and power than on actually serving the needs of Dolton's residents. This isn't just a political fallout. Carlisle was once one of Henyard's closest confidants, making her defection a major blow to Henyard's reputation. To make matters worse, Henyard's legal troubles are mounting quickly. In addition to the FBI investigation, she's now facing a lawsuit from former police chief Robert Collins, who alleges he was wrongfully terminated. Collins, a longtime member of the Dolton Police Department, claims that Henyard fired him without cause or following proper procedures. His lawsuit paints a picture of a mayor willing to break the rules to maintain control, even if it means destroying the careers of long-standing public servants. Collins' lawsuit is just the latest example of Henyard's leadership being questioned from all sides.
Micah, tonight was a special board meeting because business has not gotten done at 2 previous meetings, so that's some progress there. But this meeting was not without its fair share of
Then there's the issue of the billboards that have been popping up all over Dolton. Henyard has plastered her face on huge signs with slogans like "Keeping My Promises" and "The People's Choice." But for many residents, these billboards are nothing more than a glaring reminder of Henyard's self-promotion and wasteful spending. One resident even likened the billboards to the tactics of a South American dictator, drawing a comparison to Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro, whose image is similarly displayed everywhere. The constant presence of Henyard's face around town has only deepened the frustration among Dolton residents, who feel like their mayor is more focused on building her personal brand than addressing the village's real issues. So what do you think? Should Henyard step down, or is she being unfairly targeted by her critics? And will Candace Owens' comments add even more pressure for her to resign? Let us know in the comments below.